Be nice. Why y'all so mean? Y'all need
Oh
hugs.
gosh.
Everybody hating.
We
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. Easy, you don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep, only scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Gray Pill Podcast. Let me get my ugly mug in here. Hey, again, I appreciate your guys coming through. We have like over 330 subscribers in here, so I appreciate everyone here. We're going to get this conversation going. If you already seen the thumbnail, you already know we're going to have the conversation about gas prices, who broke the gas prices, who raised them. Because even on my end, I hear first it was Obama raised the gas prices. Then I'm hearing about Trump lowered the gas prices. Trump saved us. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to find it out. Now, Biden is our president, so we're going to figure out Biden helping and hurting the gas prices. So we're going to go ahead and break this conversation down. So just to give further ado, where you at? All right, Mr. E-Man, bless you, sir, for coming on through. If you don't know E-Man, you follow him on the Black Man Unfiltered his channel. He always representing over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm be low-key petty. I want E-Man on the Gray Pill Podcast more often. You know what I'm saying? They don't give E-Man his just dues because I love his perspective. And like, go ahead, E-Man.
I'll just say the one thing as I say is I appreciate you having me here. What I like about you is that you're diverse, you're different, and it's a whole new space that you're creating here on YouTube. So shouts out to what you're doing, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe for my man so we can get him monetized.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you will be on, hopefully. Next week's going to be the ladies panel because we had it got canceled. We will have the men's panel. And just for you, E-Man, because I did it for everybody else. So your brother over here, I'm going to have another custom intro just for you when we do this. All right? Appreciate you. And another one, my brother from the other mother who's got the lesson, the melatonin, what's going on, Primal Studies. If you don't know this brother, you can check him out every Sunday between 8 and 9 Central. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification. He always have great conversation, good content. What's going on, Primal?
Did I hear melatonin instead of melanin? Come on, man.
I'm making up stuff now. You know how we do that, and we make up conversations.
Much love, much enough. Although now that it's getting to be summer and it's pool season, my stuff's open. The melanin's I'm gonna be stepping up the game. So I'm gonna be coming for you. I'm gonna be coming for you.
All right, how we doing, man?
Good. Happy to be here, brother.
All right, appreciate you. Miss Shoo, how we doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you.
Are you ready for the conversation?
I am.
Okay, it's gonna be a good one.
Yes, it is. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. And Brittany B, you muted Miss Brittany B. Her little sweet self. It's okay. It's rubbing off from other people to you too. It happens.
I am on mute. I'm sorry. So,
okay,
hi. Thank you for having me.
Okay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for taking the time out. Like I said, every time you come on, it is a blessing. Even I tell you in front of the screen, I tell you behind the screen. So I appreciate your perspective, and you got a good ear. So I appreciate that part.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, and a new brother from another mother. Y'all gonna see him very frequently for the Gray Pill Podcast. So I'm happy to have him aboard. Happy to have this conversation with him. Definitely can't wait for him on the men's panel. Definitely wait for that one.
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward for that one. So how you doing? Anybody don't know? This is Damien. What's good, Damien?
Hey, what's up, y'all? Yeah. Just happy to have you, man. I appreciate all the love again. I'm like new to the whole podcast thing, and like I say, AB's been very helpful getting me some game on how to get this thing to level up. So I really do appreciate that.
Yeah, we're
Looking
gonna
forward to
get
the
you right, man.
conversation.
We're gonna get you right. We're gonna make sure you don't look like I tell people, make sure you don't look. We're gonna make sure you look YouTube politically correct.
That's what's up.
All right. And last but not least, if I don't know who's who, is it Batman, is it Robin? Who's the wingman, who not the wingman? If it ain't Robbie Privilege, if you can check Robbie Privilege on her YouTube channel. All right, veteran of the game, the hostess with the mostest. If you have any questions, she has the answers for you on fleek. The stats on deck. If anybody don't know what 52 pickup means, this is a perfect example right here in physical manifestation. So they say. What's going on, Rob B. Privilege?
You know, I had to bring out the fear because you're doing y'all silly. I'm just cool and I can't wait to have this conversation. I think the panel is amazing. I think we're gonna really get down into it. I do agree that people always blame it on the president because that's the easiest thing to do instead of taking a real look at the economy. And again, I think this panel is going to be able to tackle it YouTube PC correct.
There you go. That part. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And last but not least, my brother from another mother, Poppy Blanca. What's going on?
Yo, how you doing today?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Yeah, doing just getting home, man. Let's do it.
All right, that part. All right, so I have a clip from everybody. So I'm going to ask a specific question. All right, so we'll go around the panel. So do anybody know? Do anybody can point the finger or guess or guesstimate who broke gas prices? Why is gas prices has been raised up? And we can go. Okay, you said that quick, brother. We go ahead. Let's do that, E-Man. And we go with you, Poppy.
I said it's real simple. Y'all about to try to make this hard. I already defeated y'all. Y'all gonna try to make this hard. The person who broke gas pricing and the people that are rising the gas prices, it's really simple. It is the gas company. They have complete control. I know we're gonna try to make this argument that it's somebody in a mystical office in the White House is the reason that gas prices is changing. No, it's the actual person, and I'm gonna get a little bit deeper into this a little bit later, but it's the actual companies. If you start really researching the companies that majority of these people are getting gas from, it's a reason presidents went to them and said, hey, don't use this as an opportunity to raise the price, because they understood the simple fact that they have more control over price than we want to believe.
Okay. What about
I
you,
agree with that.
Pop? What about you, Poppy? Who's to blame?
Who's
to blame?
You got to blame Ukraine and Russia. It's that simple. Because Russia is the second biggest producer of gas. I mean, the third biggest producer of oil in the world. They are responsible for 11 million, for the 11% of the production of oil in the world. You see what I'm saying? And now that Ukraine and Russia going at it, United States put a lot of they start doing business with Russia, and that's the only reason why. And then you got to throw in there the pandemic that affects when the government print out like $6 trillion. We suffering from that too. So those two things go running together. That's the reason we're paying such a high price.
And the funny thing is, you both of you are absolutely right. It's the gas companies and it's the pandemic. The pandemic created to where people weren't going out as often, so the actual need for gas was a lot less. So production was brought down by the gas companies to save money. But then, as we started getting through the pandemic, the need for gas and consumption went up. But gas companies realized that they didn't have to. At first, they had carte blanche because they justified it with, hey, we need to make up that shortfall or the lack of revenue that we made to help with production. So we're going to raise the gas prices. And then they just decided, you know what, we're making a lot of money. So why would we right set the gas prices when people are willing to pay these exorbitant amounts? And then, like just like Poppy said, we stopped trading with Russia because of them invading Ukraine. So now that makes it even, the gas companies know even more, like we got them, by the balls, and got, so people have to use us because, I was reading something, I think it was BP, Chevron, Shell, and Exxon Mobil. They posted record earnings. I think they made 172 billion in 2021. So they have no incentive to right set gas prices if people are willing to pay, especially while we are in putting a trade embargo against Russia. Yeah,
you're dropping a lot of gems, Damien. Maybe somebody else might have another different opinion.
I do.
We'll see about that one. What's going on? Who did it? Was it Trump? Was it Obama? I need to know.
No, I agree. Like the main reasons why we are feeling it at the tanks is the gas pumps or whatever is because all of the money that the oil companies, like that the retailers, the oil retailers, gas retailers, that they missed during the pandemic, and also because of all the taxes that they're incurring. They're pretty much recouping that expense at the pumps. You know what I mean? So when you raise prices at the pumps, like that covers all the expenses that they incur too. They lost a lot of money during that. So yeah, it's multiple factors into this. So it's not just one. It's not just the war. It's not just the pandemic. When what else was it? The global supply chain, that has an effect too, because a lot of money was lost during that, and that forces prices to go up on everything, which also affects gas. So it's a lot of different factors that force the prices up. So
okay.
But Russia did not have anything to do with it. But
hold on 1 second, man. Brittany, what's your thoughts? Who did it? I need to know. Was it Trump? Just tell me. Just keep it 100 with me.
We did it.
We did it?
Me and you.
Who was we? Oh, me and you did it?
On the panel. Because let me ask you a question. Who stopped driving? So to Damien's point, why would I do anything if you're going to pay for it? We make our lifestyle to the point where people can charge whatever they want, because I'm not going to stop buying gas. So when you do something about the gas prices, have you carpooled? Have you did anything to change anything? So you can blame it on whoever, but they can make gas $7 and you're still going to buy it. So
right.
The funny thing is, it's like the pandemic actually made like carpooling and ride sharing kind of like not a viable thing to try to maintain, because people were too scared to get into other people's cars because they were scared of COVID.
So again, who stopped driving? I didn't stop driving. I'm never going to stop driving. So,
okay. All right. Well, all right. I appreciate that perspective. What's going on, Ra?
So, I mean, I don't know if people are like super aware and if they've been paying attention. There's electric gas stations popping up a little bit everywhere. The manufacturing and sale of electric cars and people actually buying them and buying in, even the hybrid cars, is a major portion of why fossil fuel gas is going through the roof. We're getting to the bottom of the reserves for that particular item. That's why they're trying to get you into these electric cars. It's a dual function. They want to act like they're protecting the ozone and the environment, and it's also fueling another another economic revenue source, because Tesla cars is $100,000. The least you're going to spend for an electric car right now is $50,000. So if you're looking at the gas prices progressively getting more astronomical, you're like, well, I don't really want to spend $50,000 on a car, but I know I can just plug that in and I'm not going to have to spend as much money for gas. So it makes spending $50,000 more rational. It makes spending $100,000 more rational. Plus, on people's taxes this year for 2021, I saw people write off the whole entire cost of a Tesla car. So there's incentives for you to switch over to electric, and people aren't moving fast enough.
Oh wow.
But it's only one manufacturer right now, which is Tesla.
Well, there's actually like there's
no,
a ton
I
of
take
them.
it back. Let me be quiet.
Yeah,
You're good.
there's a bunch of companies that have electric hybrid cars.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Well,
Prime,
we do.
hold on, Prime? What's your thoughts, man? Who did it?
Everybody, right? It's economics on a fundamental level will always come back to supply and demand, right? So anybody that diminishes the supply, whether that's legislation that makes it so it's harder to obtain, whether that's through blockades or projects being shut down or whatever that may be, or whatever that case is, or more people are, hey, I'm back out, I'm back doing my thing, I'm back traveling, I'm back going places, I need more gas. So we took a very low demand and we suddenly bumped it up over the past year, right? Because everybody was staying at home for a really long time. So the demand, do you remember like a year ago how cheap gas was?
Yeah.
Now look at it, right? The demand has shot through the roof. Has anybody bought a plane ticket lately?
I'm about to.
No.
Good luck. Save up. No joke. I'm paying like $900 from the middle of Wisconsin to go to where am I going next week? St. Louis, right? I'm paying a grand for that ticket. Look,
I think I got
the roof. Fuel is out the roof.
Yeah.
And they can do it because to somebody else who said on the panel, it's like because they can. Because they can, right? Hey, what if I just said, you know what, milk is $6 a gallon? Are you going to?
It almost is.
Like if you,
I'm going to buy a cow.
Are you going to just suddenly stop drinking milk? No, you're going to go pay your $6. Like it's because they can. Eventually, something will shift. New technology, like I think Robbie was saying, Tesla or electric vehicles. This is going to push in those new technologies. I think it's going to accelerate it 5 to 10 years faster than what we would have saw.
That's fair.
I know your dog does not like this subject.
Okay. I stopped drinking silk milk because of that. It went up to like $6-7. I was like, clearly not.
Hey, that's a good option.
Can't do that.
So we gotta understand that the companies, I just want to make this clear. The companies like airlines, they have bought reserve gas for the next 2 years. They bought it back when they got it for pennies on the share. Just because these companies are raising their prices, it have nothing to do with the gas prices today. They're doing it because they can, and nobody's policing them to tell them that they can't. So it's not the war, it's not Russia, because we got enough gas in the United States for everyone in the United States. We don't even have to go out of this country, but we choose to. So I just want to make that. I want to make that.
I don't agree with that.
Do you know why we import gas, petroleum, I should say, from or crude oil from Russia? Do you understand? Do you know why we do that?
Well, we import from a lot of places. If you really start studying,
our major importer has been Russia. The vast majority for the last 20 years have been Russia. We get the most of them from Russia than anybody else. And we get Venezuela and all this stuff. But why do we go to Russia?
It's actually been the Middle East. So it's a reason we fought these wars in the last couple of years. Now
I got you, Shusha. You'll go next.
I got you.
So I just want to make it clear. No, we gotta see the news have made it. See what happened is the news gave the gas company an excuse to raise it. But I can tell you that if we never bought gas for the next 40 years from Russia, there's enough gas to take care of everything.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna answer my question. The reason why we import gas from petroleum from Russia is simple. We produce a certain amount of gas, and I'm gonna use low numbers, extremely low numbers, because I'm not the greatest at math, so I don't want to have to break out a calculator or nothing like that.
Facts, me too.
We produce, let's just say we produce 100,000 barrels of oil, right? Let's say 70,000 is for the consumption of the United States. We're keeping that for our people in the United States to use, to be sold at gas stations, so we can keep our infrastructure going. 30,000 of those barrels are for the reserve. So we have oil reserves in case of a just total breakdown of this just total catastrophe, where we can still keep our infrastructure going. Countries that have trade agreements with us will say, hey, we need gas. Can you sell us 10,000 barrels of oil? We say, yes, we're going to charge you $50 a barrel. They say, cool. So what we need to do is we're committed to have a certain amount of reserves. So we can't just not say, okay, now we're going to have a lower amount in our reserves. We go to Russia and say, hey,
go to Canada
or whoever. We go to another country and say, hey, we are going to buy oil from you at $35 per barrel because we buy a lot more, so we get a better rate, we get a better discount, we get a discount on it. So we say, yeah, okay, they'll sell it to us. So two things have happened there. We've kept our reserve at where it needs to be, and we've made some additional revenue for the Fed. So that's why we import. It's not because we have to, it's just because it is another revenue stream for the United States of America.
Correct, but I just want to make the point is majority of our oil do come from Canada. We don't have to go overseas to the middle to do that.
Yeah, but just like remind me of your name one more time.
Damien.
Damien, yeah, but it's true. Everything Damien was saying was correct. Like 51% of our oil supply comes from Canada, but we turn around and sell it though.
That's also weird.
It is, but like that's part of what Damien was explaining too. It's like extra revenue, like for the United States. Like we righteously only and who was it? King Thanos put it in there too. I think 8% of our oil that we buy from Russia, 8% of the oil that we have comes from Russia. Like that's it. So like, you know, as far as with the United States, our gas prices and stuff being up so high, a lot of it too is because number one, they can, and number two, it really covers their overhead costs. Like for instance, like now they're trying to switch over to use on like carbon, and I know it's a tax on carbon, and like so and then they have other like import taxes and stuff like that they have to pay. All of that that comes out of their pocket, which really ain't hurting them for real like that. They push it off on us, like we cover that cost for them.
And like another, the running, like just to kind of put to reiterate that point is that there's a lot of countries that don't mess with Russia or don't mess with some of these other Middle East, don't mess with some of these other oil producing companies that we do. So they come to us to get the oil because they're like, okay, we don't mess with whomever, like Venezuela, the Middle East, Russia, or whatever, to get. So we can't, or we don't have a trade agreement with, or Canada don't mess with them, or they don't mess with them transversely. So they come to us to act like it's kind of a middleman to make sure they have the oil that they need, and we take a cut of that. We the bookies. You know?
We're the bookies.
You're the bookies.
Poppy, I know what's going on your mic, bro. It's like sound like some woofer sound, so I just had to mute you.
Get ours off the top.
Okay.
Well, I have a clip here real quick because another guy I was following, he kind of addresses a little bit of that. So I want to see if that kind of hits home with the panel real quick, and then we can go back.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure. Yes, ma'am. You're more than welcome to say whatever you feel like.
I wanted to wait till Damien had ended. Do you guys think that the scarcity mindset has something to do with it as well, to make us think that prices are what they are and playing around with it and having people, you know, I don't know. I think that's the opposite of what I'm thinking, only because, you know, sometimes that can have people think, oh, Lord. But
yeah, they lied to us, Ricky, you're 100%. They lied to us. I mean, when they started telling people we was running out of gas. Let me tell you, we are not.
Twice they did that, E-Man. Twice they did that.
We running out of gas. It's not going to be gas. And I seen people at the gas point filling up the jugs at $7 a gallon, filling it on up. And then guess what happened? 2 days later, they had gas. I'm telling you, it's marketing, it's manipulation. One thing we have in this country is oil and gas. That's the one thing we do have. Because if you understand how the military and how the government really makes money, we have gas in this country. So don't let them lie to y'all guys again. Don't be up there getting the bottled water. I see people getting bottled waters, going into the stove, buying all the toilet paper. They ain't run out of that stuff. What they did is they had that back in the warehouse waiting for y'all to come back next week.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I said that, I'm sorry I wasn't able to verbalize it as best as I could, but thank you, E-Man, for that, because even at the plant, shout out to whoever the plant is, what you guys know, Well, the thing is,
to the
they'll
plant.
have you thinking that they don't have any chips. Wink.
Yeah.
So now everybody wants a truck. So all of a sudden, everybody wants to buy a truck, even though the gas prices are bad. Let's talk about before they were bad or going up and down. Everybody wanted to buy a truck. I haven't stopped working at all. A little week here, a week there, shut down, whatever, a shutdown. But I haven't stopped working this whole pandemic. And people are ordering truck as if now all of a sudden a truck is the thing to have. So I was just wondering if that could have something to do with it. And it just keeps that scarcity mindset going. Like, I got to give me a truck, and the whole waiting to get a truck, and you order your truck and they say, oh, it's going to take 8 months and all. And people wait. You don't say, well, never mind. I forget it.
FOMO is real. The fear of missing out is a real thing.
Yeah. And what you just said actually plays a part. So that's a factor too within itself. So I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm just the emotional part right now. y'all be doing all the reading. I'm just the I'm representing us regular old Americans.
Hey, trust me, I'm the regular old American too. And trust me when I tell you, if you ever come to Primal Studies, or he will have readable knowledge, and he actually takes the time out to do it. So you don't know, when I say I appreciate him, I appreciate the hell out of him, because he have articles and he will digest everything for you. But he makes it fun. So
I was about to say, every time I come over here, I start learning. I'm like, welcome
to the Great Pill Podcast.
Yeah, thank you. And look at this guy. He looked like he got on booty shorts.
Snake. It's $1 trillion industry. There's some paperwork involved. In fact, there's a whole government agency called the Energy Information Administration that tracks exactly what contributes to the price of gasoline, and there's basically 4 factors. And not to spoil anything for you, but how much America's president wants gas to cost is not one of them. Let's give it a look-see, Family Feud style. In 4th place, contributing to about 14% of the price of gasoline, is distribution and marketing. This includes the price you pay to get gas from the refinery to the gas station, paying the people at the filling station, and advertising the incredible 1/10% discount you're getting on every gallon of gas. Fun fact, filling stations have one of the worst profit margins of any industry in the US, making an average profit of just 5 to 7 cents per gallon of gas. These guys don't make their money on gas. Gas is just to get people in the door where they can make their real profits selling Funyuns and Big Gulps. In 3rd place, with another 14% of the price of gas, is the cost of turning crude oil into sweet, sweet car juice, baby, which is fairly labor intensive and can also cost more depending on state regulations and corporate requirements. Again, the price of refining is fairly stable. So the only way to cut costs here is by appealing to the notoriously philanthropic nature of companies like ExxonMobil and BP and Shell. I'm being sarcastic. They love money. Those costs aren't coming down. In 2nd place, making up about 16% of the price of gasoline, are federal and state taxes and fees. That's the extra cost the federal and state government adds to gasoline to help pay for things like roads and bridges. And if you're thinking, hey, aren't America's roads and bridges absolutely falling apart? That might have something to do with the fact that the federal gas tax hasn't been raised since 1993. Now, state taxes are a contributing factor to variability across the US. California has higher gas prices because their state tax is one of the highest in the nation, plus they tack on some extra fees to try to account for the very real pollution that driving around creates. Which, seems like a good thing to try to account for. And not for nothing, but the federal gasoline tax in European countries like Germany, the UK, and France, just the tax, is $2.80 a gallon, which makes America's 18.4 cents a gallon, or even California's 51.1 cents a gallon, feel kinda low in comparison. So they're not what's causing spikes or dips for the pinch at the pump.
The pinch at the pump?
The pinch at the pump.
The pinch at the pumps.
And in...
So what do we think so far with the list he gave?
I think it's true. I mean,
on point.
I used to work for Hess Corporation, and I can tell you every day they have like this metric system in their computers, and what they do is they look and see all of the gas stations around them, which is why when you go to get your gas, if you go within like a 5 to 10 mile radius, most of the thank you, Cannon. Most of the the prices are the same because they're looking at every other gas station and what they're charging, and they try to keep the price point the same. But I can tell you that in the fill stations, it's true. They make their biggest money on coffee because coffee literally costs gas stations literally nothing. It costs like 2 cents a cup, but they charge you upwards of $2.25. So they're making a 200% profit margin. And then the other, how he was saying, the snacks, all the little gadgets. That's why when you go in the gas stations, they have 50 million little items that you can buy right there.
Right.
All right,
and you buy them.
And what's this little gem here that we're looking at?
This is gas prices across the country. This is from AAA. And if you scroll down, it will show you every state's gas price right now.
Hey, I need to get out the red.
Wait, oh no, where's you? Okay, are you on the left? All right, cool. Wow, what's California? Okay, I wish they could. Okay, let me see if I can do the
I think Washington is close to the highest, right? Yep.
Yeah, you got Cali at because I'm looking at the regular. So Cali at 6.2, Hawaii 5.4, Nevada, Oregon, Illinois, Washington, Alaska, Arizona, District, Indiana, Maine. Shout out to Jersey. Maybe I need to move. That's going down. Where's Alabama? Where's Alabama? Okay.
In the top.
And they're lower. They're the bottom.
They have gas in Alabama?
Yeah, they got gas, man.
I thought y'all had like horses and shit.
Hey, yo!
Look at those.
It's the middle of the country. That's nice. The middle of the country.
Emotional damage.
And it's ridiculous because diesel is completely unrefined, and diesel is always going to be your highest price gas item across all the states because that's what's used to power all of these companies' deliveries. You can't drive a tractor trailer or 18-wheeler without putting diesel in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh wow, appreciate that, Robbie.
Welcome.
Oh, wow.
I be knowing. I know a little bit about a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Papa, what's your thoughts, sir? You muted. Okay, cool. What's your thoughts, Papi Blanco?
Everything that everybody been saying is spot on, but I still know. I mean, we don't know for sure, 100% sure that. But the main reason would be the war that is going on between Ukraine and Russia. That's what everybody keep telling me. That's what I've been reading. I got one thing. What my girl Robbie says. She says something about the electric car. The electric cars are not a big player yet. The electric cars will be a big player in the market by 2030. Right now, they're not a big player at all. And you can get a Tesla for like $35,000. They got a new Model X. You can get it for 35 bands. They are the only people making money right now.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever seen this documentary. There was a documentary and it was called What Happened to the Electronic Car? Because in the late 1990s, early 2000s, the electronic car was already in high production in California. And because the oil industry was going to lose a massive amount of money, they tanked the production of electronic cars. In fact, there were a couple of manufacturing sites that just had the electric cars sitting there in lots because they couldn't sell them. This is when they decided to go ahead and change the emission standards in California and then throughout the whole entire country, because the electronic car, even though Tesla is the biggest public manufacturer right now, they don't want that to occur. This is also why they originally made marijuana illegal, because hemp oil also is a fuel source to provide power to cars that run on gasoline. Like it's a lot to do with politics more than anything else.
Shout
Not
out to weed.
necessarily. Yeah, shout out to weed. Hemp has many uses, but it's not just about, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, just the electric car. This has to do with politics. This has to do with the reserves of gas and oil. This has to do with the families that actually bring in mass revenue from gasoline products like Texaco and Mobil Oil and what have you. And this also does, as Eman stated earlier, have to do a lot with the wars that we've been having, because the Middle East really does supply a lot of the world's crude oil product.
Well,
Russia is a player.
King Thanos said that was under Obama. So does that mean Obama was fault of bringing the raising the gas prices?
The
President got
electronic
nothing to do
car,
with that.
Okay,
right?
down you go, King. Down you go.
The electronic car actually was tanked during the Bush administration, right before Obama. Obama came in after in 2008,
All
and the
right.
gas
Yeah.
prices went down when he came into office. Honestly,
Only next to the tobacco and slightly above the NRA, the gas companies have the biggest pool of lobbyists as any other organization. So they incentivize politicians heavy not to regulate them, so they can't have these exorbitant prices. Because people are saying, can't you like put a cap on it? Because technically, because we're not in direct conflict or what have you, they can kind of skate it. But some people are saying that they've already level set it to where they've recouped the losses from COVID. But now it's touching on war profiteering when you keep the prices, when you retain it at such a high price for the product because of necessity, because of there's some type of situation going on outside of just general economics.
But you want to be transparent. I want to be completely transparent with this. It is really important that we don't need gas. People don't know this. I can actually take corn and make a fuel to be able to drive a car.
Yes, sir.
vegetable oil. Mm-hmm.
So it's really important that the only reason we pay for gas is because the people in power are getting paid from these gas companies to be able to keep gas as the forefront.
And we're lazy.
So just be mindful that we don't need gas because we can grow way more corn than we can pump gas from the ground. It's not something we need. It's just that when we have the type of system, if I give you millions of dollars and I take care of your kids, you're going to do the policies that I want in place, and that's really important.
That's why as soon as all of these regulators get out of Congress, they get jobs with like BP, Shell. They get these because I think they make 176,000 as a member of Congress or the Senate. You see it so often. They get in there, they vote the way the gas companies want, or like whatever, tobacco, gas, insurance, whatever. And then as soon as they get out, oh, you got a job as a VP making $700,000 a year.
Got him.
And they still get their health insurance from the government of the United States. And you guys also have to remember too that it's summertime. Every summer, gas is going to go up. Right before Memorial Day, the gas goes up every year. So what's the tea? I don't know.
You sure it's not Biden again? Because I mean, everybody want to point the fingers. This is weird. It's
Hold on,
weird.
Robbie. Like I just had one thing to say. Just because, as you guys are talking, I'm listening and I'm assuming everything is correct, especially what Robbie was saying as far as like everybody's putting all these pieces,
all add up,
puzzles together, and then you still have our sociology and our psychology to factor inside of there to know that we are Americans. And I live in, you guys, I don't know if we can talk about what I said before, but I'm a union worker. So I'm in the Midwest. We got big trucks. Nobody be thinking about no little cars where I'm at. So you got pride in products. You have, and this is just my take on it. You got the pride in your products. You have people that have big trucks down south. You have people that have big trucks in the Midwest, people that's not going to go electric. I don't care what you say. So you got all of these thought processes going on because even though I'm going to say liberal people seem to be more out in the front, you got to remember there's still Becky, Bobby, Susie, and all them other people that take up most of the country that you have to make sure that they're on board too. Or but
it's funny. Like I've been in the
gas is $87 a gallon. I'm gonna still be driving. I'm still gonna do my thing. See, it's not a price that I would say I'm gonna stop driving and I'm gonna stop living my life. The more gas go, I'm just gonna find more ways to make money. And guess what? Hopefully the traffic go down. I know this ass going up. Maybe I'll pay a little bit more money to get to my destination a little bit faster. Like for real, like it's not gonna stop. Like people that's living paycheck to paycheck, there's no shot to that. That's how the people who feeling it. They're feeling, like it's not even enough. Like I think my gas bill went up like $40. It wasn't enough for me to really notice it to complain about.
Yeah. And let me
the oil companies, they spend.
Hold on, Damien. Let me say this real quick. This is just YouTube politics because Brittany B has said something. I just want to make this known for anybody that's on actually been on the platform, anyone that's watching on the viewers, or even coming back watching the replay. We're not going to force nobody to say any. If we ask you a question, you feel uncomfortable, it's up to you. But I do advise people on the back of the end before moving forward. Just be careful what you say for your personal stuff because digital footprints do matter. You know what I'm saying? I stress this a lot with a lot of people, especially all these people in the panel are close friends to me. And so I just want people to be careful of that. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is for the viewers or future panel guests that comes on. We want to make sure that you feel comfortable with the conversation you have. If you feel comfortable just being a little bit more open just for the topics at hand and it's relatable, go ahead and do that. All right, go ahead, Damien.
Yeah. Basically, I was just trying to just piggyback off of what he was saying. It's just like, why the chances of like, Biden put it in he said he put mandates out there and is trying to get like, eliminate all, make it an all electric country by 2035. The chances of that are so slim because of the amount of lobbying the gas companies do to crush any of those bills that actually come out. I mean, you have people people in the Democratic parties voting against bills to like improve our carbon footprint. You have people in the Democratic Party voting against climate change bills, things that, because if you have a climate change bill, you can easily kind of segue that into bills to make sure that there's more electric cars out on the roads. So that's why you see all of those bills getting crushed because they don't want anything to prevent them from maintaining the monopoly that they have. That's just the way it is.
Right.
Fair.
One more thing. This is great. I like this type of stuff. Only because you don't have to put it on me. So
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I seen King Thanos in the thing. He in the chat. He said that electric cars are not priced for the bottom class. And even with what I said just a few minutes ago, as far as like the Midwesterners and the lower class people who drive gas cars and stuff like that, I think they still have a mindset like Emmanuel. They're not going to stop driving just because gas might be $5 or $6. They might find ways around it, but they're not going to get an electric car either if they can't afford it. So we have to think of, there's so many things to think about. And then just think, if those people are voters and the amount of people that vote, it's just a circle of, I don't know. That's it. So that's it.
For the record, nobody didn't see that, so you just called out on yourself. But thank you.
As a moderator on the channel, I catch everything because I'm back listening. So I just put it out there just in case somebody did see
your
it.
friend, I'm just telling you, don't say it out loud because it's like it's now known. Probably got any thoughts, bro? I see you doing your homework. You muted.
I was trying to liken this whole thing to somebody or something. Mm-hmm. Does anybody know what a pack of cigarettes cost nowadays?
Oh,
I know in New York they probably like
$11.
A pack?
$12.
Like $13. Like in New York, it was like $13 for a pack of cigarettes, right?
What the freak? It's like 14, 15.
But people are still smoking.
That's true. They are.
So they can get it. That's like this. People are gonna drive. They'll run it up. Just watch them. I'm just laughing at it. I'm like, hey, you know what? They kept running the price of cigarettes up, and everybody said, "Oh, I'm gonna stop smoking," but there's still a lot of people.
That'd be enough for me.
You just mow less. That's all.
It was something that that E-Man said that kind of drove home, and it was in the comment section. I think kind of correlates. And E-Man pretty much hit it best, but I think E-Man, people kind of on the lazy sense of they're not going to want to do, like say carpooling. Now, not now. Back in the day, I say maybe around 97, 2000. I was carpooling, not because I had to, but I made it an option. And it saved me on gas, saved me on some money. And then I carpool another one. And that form of carpooling was just, it was me and everybody else came and contributed on my vehicle. But then the other form of carpooling, I will alternate vehicle. Like 1 week it might be my vehicle, another week might be Primal vehicle, another week might be your vehicle. So it kind of saved on the wear and tear on the vehicle. But I don't feel like people, not a lot, there's some, but I don't feel like a good 90% of the population is going to be like, hey, let's carpool. Or, hey, like say for Brittany B, there are union workers, right? But she know daggone well because they're union workers, they technically live in the same space. Hey, Gene, Bobby Lee, whatever, y'all want to get together a carpool? It's just, I don't see it happening on a regular basis, even though realistically it would save money.
But I think the middle class are all going to go electric, especially when we talk about the next 10 years. It's really important that I say that when we talk about $30,000, if you spread that over, if it's a brand new car, you don't have to just get a 5-year loan. I think you get up to like 7 years if it's a 2022. I know Ford is coming out with the Lightning truck. I think it's 30 grand. Like we never could get a truck for less than 30 grand, especially brand new. I think a lot of people want to go and buy those cars. It's just going to make sense.
I agree. Copy, because you do a lot of button pressing. Is that a Michael Knight car or something? Or are you trying to order a Tesla?
No. He gave I don't like it. I get it when I get there. But when you say something about the electrical car, it's just, I don't know, somebody said earlier, like I said earlier, they are going to be a major player in the next 10 years because they're trying to slowly people from the normal oil cars from the normal gas car to the electric cars, for the simple fact that you got new companies moving into the United States market. As of right now, Tesla is the only electric car, quote unquote, that got the market by themselves. But everybody is jumping into the business. You got Ford coming out with a hybrid car. You got General Motors creating a hybrid car. Every company is creating some sort of an electric car.
I heard a lot of them don't last that long though, because I had a friend, she had it, and the hybrid, it was like what the battery life on it was like 5-10 years, and then it was like cost even more money just even to work on it.
You know what I'm kind of watching out for as the electric hybrid wave comes on is copper. I'm kind of concerned about the copper supply and what that looks like and what will happen to the prices of copper. Because if you look at it, I just pulled this up because I remember seeing this somewhere. Old-fashioned cars have about 18 to 49 pounds of copper. Hybrid cars have about 85 pounds. And a full electric vehicle has about 183 pounds of copper used in it. So we're talking, what is that? 3-4 times the amount of copper per car that's going to be necessary. So I'm kind of actually not so much concerned about gas. I'm more concerned about copper and some of these other precious minerals that are going to be getting used up.
Oh, wow.
They will figure it out, Primo. They will figure it out because, like, I don't know if you pay attention, like 3-4 years ago, it used to take literally like 6 hours to charge a Tesla. You have to leave your car in there overnight. Now you can charge your car in 30 minutes. So obviously they figured out a way to make it more efficient. Trust me, that's one thing about America. They're gonna figure a way out. If it is money to be made, they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. Facts. Brittany B, what you had to say?
Only thing I was going to say was just to confirm the whole in 10 years situation, because what is it, 2022 now? We are scheduled to go all electric, no hybrids, no nothing by 2035. And to me, I'm still looking at the fact that they ain't even got, no full plants running yet, so it's a back and forth thing. And now listening to Primal, I'm kind of concerned about that too, because it's easy to, get some parts from other countries and assemble a truck in America, but now you got to go get precious metals and all type of little things, and then the chip situation and all of these things. And it's almost like, you know what, America, did we jump the gun? Let's just slow it down a little bit. I know you guys want to, be all technical, because if you got all these cars doing stuff, you're going to have to change the infrastructure of this country. And of course, that's a whole nother issue. So let's, I nobody said this yet. I don't think they did, but no, you guys did. Let's hike up these prices so that it could get this psychological, like, oh, let me just get an electric car because it's just better.
Check our prices.
I want to be true.
Hey, you ready? Hey, grab that right there.
Was that an accident?
Nothing I do is an accident. Go ahead, E-Man.
Did I say the word? Did I play a drinking game?
Emotional damage. Oh no.
So electric car will last you between 10 to 20 years. The difference between an electric car and a traditional car, it have a lot less parts under the hood. Like, it's a lot of things that's why they're going to be so much cheaper, because it's so much cheaper to make. You're going to be able to buy a brand new battery and plug it right into the current system with updates, because updates are coming where you can be able to update that battery for like $10,000, $12,000 in 10 to 20 years.
Hey, when he said the difference between a traditional car and a modern car, I'm like, oh Lord, not this talk again.
Hey, I want to hear that conversation. What is there's a difference?
No, it was a joke, because we always talk about relationships and modern women and traditional women. So when E-Man was like, the difference between a traditional car and a modern car, I'm like, oh Lord, not this talk again.
There we go.
Tell us,
Basic as fuck.
But yeah, no, it really got to understand that I believe that electric cars. So my best friend, he got a Tesla the other day, and when you look under the hood, outside of the battery, I think that it's going to cost you less tune-ups because you don't have to do oil change. I think there's a lot of factors we're not calculating. So it's no oil change. It is literally just a battery. It's no, you don't have to worry. It's all the stuff that we have had to replace when we talk about like belts and all these different things. Those cars run totally different.
Okay. Ian shout out to you, Ian. I appreciate you, man. Ian said something, if we want to touch base on that and then come back. He said, let's just build an engine that runs on water. Since you brought up the theory of corn, well, your suggestion was corn. You can grow corn and have more corn than gasoline. Any thoughts on that?
I think the real secret is that we have a true hybrid. We have a gas engine that can charge an electric, so I can go back and forth. So when I extend my battery, say I'm driving 300 miles, that's the average for an electric car. At 300 miles, I should be able to turn on the gas engine to recharge my So I think the perfect blend is both. I think we got to get away from saying it's either one or the other, kind of like the relationship talk, like Brittany talks about. But what we want to do is we need both of those things to really have a consistent vehicle. Because what happened if the power grid go down and you can't charge your vehicle? So I think the gas is, we shouldn't get rid of the gas completely, in my opinion.
Okay.
Wow, sounds like a perfect car. So go ahead.
Yeah, shout out to Scam. He said cars need to be submissive too.
Shout out to Scam. He is in the chat.
Hey Zone, because you my number one troll, man. You gotta tighten up.
Nobody wants a post wall car either.
Okay. The car has hit the wall. Oh shit, y'all crazy.
That's funny.
The one thing that we're not.
Damon, you muted, bro, because you're having a good conversation with yourself right now.
Going in.
I would call it. I agree with E, because hybrid is probably going to be the easiest thing to kind of try to make really happen. Because if we go fully electric, guess what happens? the gas company's going to raise the price of fuel that the trucks or the boats use to ship the parts over to America, or the fuel that's necessary to transport materials for the gas car, because they're gonna get their money, they're gonna get their bag.
All right.
So
Well,
it's gonna make
those prices are going to be transferred over to the consumer for a higher, because the price of the car is going to be higher to offset that.
You're right.
Exactly. They're gonna make travel a luxury. They're gonna make import exported items a luxury. And you know what? That's what they want to do. So please believe it. They going all electric. Look at grocery right now. I was just playing on my phone. I was going to get a couple of snacks for the kids. And as I was scrolling through like CVS.
I thought twice about that one. Kids, we're going to have to grow some corn in the backyard, and y'all got to wait.
Right, because a box of cereal, 18 ounces, is $7.59. Get into it.
On that note, hold on. On that note, Pop, you had some lagging issues, so he got disconnected. I was trying to bring his screen up there, but just for you, Poppy, since you had lagging issues multiple times, you might just stand in the chat, and just for intermission purposes for Poppy and lagging.
Hear the music.
Put your mask on. 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 Hold up. Hold my phone. Shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up.
This is what happens when you don't have preparation. Preparation is everything, okay?
I do want to make this point that I think another thing we're not talking about is the resale value. The resale values on electric cars is going to be garbage. I'm telling you, especially if you got a car that's like, we get a 10-year-old gas car, we still see the value in it, especially if it was tuned up and different things like that. So I think that's where a lot of consumers are going to lose money, is when these cars get 10 years, you're actually going to be forced to go buy a new car, force another battery. So in reality, you're going to spend more money over time, over your lifetime, in my opinion.
Fair.
Right.
Fair.
And as they upgrade the batteries and stuff, I think E-Man is right, because what is a Tesla battery today going to be compared to a Tesla battery in 10 years?
I think people just need to do their homework, because even with E-Man said earlier, and I think I forgot who else had mentioned, just take the time out to, yes, look for other resources for yourself. Like real talk, damn everybody else. If you want to get a Tesla, you don't, but most people can't afford $33,000 to whatever $1,000, and somebody can find something else more sufficient. Hell, they even got moderate cars, old model cars people still play around with and make it efficient for themselves, So find stuff. Yeah, find things within your needs. That's all I could say. And who cares? Because even I had a 04 Saturn, and I was living in a country dirt road, that red clay, and I was driving through in for years, and all that dust was all getting in between the parts of the door. But guess what? That was my baby, though. It was getting me where I need to go. I had no problems, no way, shape, or form. But when that door opened and shuts, dust just drops off of it.
I think Hyundai, see, people sleeping on Hyundai. Hyundai is a big contributor of this going electric. I mean, they going for, not only is they trying to do the regular cars, they want to be able to roll out a full line and completely get rid of gas vehicles. A lot of other people are doing it, but nobody is doing it as fast as Hyundai is. Oh, hold on. Hey, put that last comment up. I got
Hi, drop the link so that I can join you guys backstage. It doesn't look like he's going to do an open panel.
All right, so check this out. This panel is for real, real people, like the people who's genuine about conversation. So I definitely, I'm joking. It's all love.
No offense to Shoo. No offense to Shoo.
You should have been beating that brother.
Guilty by association to Mandrell, apparently.
Sushi been beating that Mandrell since he was about 4 years old. She know what she's dealing with over there.
Well, when you're 4 feet and 1 inch, sir, what can you do? What can you really do?
Yo, I'm so dead.
But we'll leave it at that.
Are you talking about Sushi or Mandrell?
Listen,
by your grace, man. By your grace. By your grace.
Y'all better leave Mandrell alone.
Yeah, Mandrell just welcome here to everybody else. He has a lot of input, so I guess, I don't know, magnetically, I don't know. It's like the Gray Hulk and the Green Hulk. For some reason, when one speaks, the other one got to chime in too. So you're magnetic. You're the magnetic attraction to Mandrell. Paul's no homo. But yeah, with that being said, what's your thoughts? I think Shushu or Brittany B was saying something earlier into response to Evan.
Let Shushu talk. I haven't heard her talk.
She did speak, but go ahead, Shushu.
I think everybody's, hitting on home, hitting on some great points. As far as like with the electric cars, there is like still a lot of work that they have to do. Yeah, and then as far as like I think like the last major concern was about like the charging stations, like how, and then do they have the power like to do it, like the power source to do it? So that's still a factor. And and also something else to consider, like like Eman was saying, like in the next, they only good for like what 5 years or something like that, and then it's like, then what do you do with it? And then like let's say they do develop some way or some system like to either recharge the battery or like to reconstruct the battery or something like that. How much is that going to cost? You know what I mean? As opposed to like the system that they have now, like with the petroleum or the gas cars that we have now, like it's easy just to rebuild a part or something like that, or if something goes wrong, just fix it. I don't know.
Well,
I think it's still like working it out.
Yeah, well, I have a question. We can go around this. I'll start with you. So again, from my experiences, besides great information that everybody put in, I never heard one person point the finger and said it was individually the president's fault. So why do we feel like everybody's pointing the finger at the presidents, the current and the past, with the oil prices? And we'll start with you.
Because it's easier to do that, to just blame leadership. It's so much easier to do that. It's easy to say that, oh, it's their fault because they haven't passed the legislation to make it stop. Or it's their fault because they have some kind of like vested interest, where they getting something on the back end from it, and more than likely they are. But still, like it's easy just to, and you have to remember, like, people look to leadership to fix the problem. I mean, and the bottom line is, they don't know everything. They don't control everything. But at the same time, like, that's the reason why they get the brunt of everything, is because people look to them to fix the problem. And, when it comes to this particular situation, I can't say that they are the problem, but they are kind of a part of it, though, because, they getting payoffs and stuff. But that's another conversation.
Fair enough. Primal, what about you, sir? Why are we blaming our current and past presidents for gas prices, the rise?
Yeah, and I'll do this one, and then I got to hop off. But I think kind of what Shu was saying is the man or woman or whomever, the person in charge, is always going to get blamed for a lot of things, right? You have kind of the ultimate responsibility and the ultimate authority. So if you're sitting in that chair, then you're going to get the heat for all sorts of problems in the world. I will say that when you align with certain political leanings, if you lean towards more restrictive practices that in favor the environment, people are often going to take that as, oh, well, we're not getting the gas or we're not getting whatever. So that's where I feel like a lot of the blame on President Biden's administration is coming from, is, oh, well, he's left-leaning, and left-leaning people usually put policies in place that would restrict productions. But on the other side of that is, hey, are we protecting the environment more? So it's a debate and a discussion to have, but I think that's where the blame is coming from.
Okay. All right. Any funny thoughts, sir? Because you said you had to
I appreciate you all. Have a great Saturday night. Good discussion. I do actually want to have a conversation with Mandrell at some point, though, because I want to pick his brain about batteries, electric batteries, and in cars, and what that manufacturing looks like, and what he's kind of heard, because he says he has some insights. But yeah, I like that. Zone, it's Primal's fault. Blame the white
man. Zone is back.
What did I even know a better part of that? I don't even pay for my own gas. My work pays for my gas, so y'all can pay whatever you want.
You're more
Shade.
Conspiracy theory now. You're more important than what it was. You're really to blame now.
All right, Primal.
I appreciate you, Primal.
Bye-bye.
E-Man has a business meeting. He's about to start up in 5 minutes, and he's saving gas on it too by doing so. So, E-Man, what you got for us, bro?
The first thing I'm gonna say is we need to stop blaming the president. You know, people was broke with Obama, and they was broke with Donald Trump. And I realized that the person changed, and they still was broke. The one thing that everything that we do in this country is that we gotta blame somebody instead of looking in the mirror. And I think we are the source to majority of our problems. I don't care as things start to increase, we just say, how can we make more money? And you have to diverse yourself. Because one thing that we learned is when we look at the price of bread, the price of bread have went up 1,000-fold over the last 200 years. So we know for a fact that things are going to continue going on. You just need to position your family where they ain't worrying about those type things.
True. All right, fair enough. Any final thoughts, good sir?
Yeah, final thoughts. I'm saying appreciate you guys having me. I really enjoyed this conversation. I actually felt that I understood everybody's stance on what they believe compared to us just going in circles about stuff that's not even important. So I really appreciate this. Shout out to the Great Pill. Make sure you like and subscribe. He's doing some big things. Yeah, little country. That's what I'm saying. You can be country and make a whole bunch of money. The one thing is you just don't quit. So yeah.
All right. I love you, E-Man. I love you so much, man.
I'm from Georgia. Yeah, straight out of Georgia.
Hey,
I just
make sure you guys
know
subscribe. That's all.
I'm rich, bitch.
So yeah, but appreciate y'all guys having me, and I really enjoyed this panel. It was definitely a blessing to be around some high thinking people who can keep their emotions under control. So I appreciate that. Y'all guys have a good night, and I appreciate you having me on.
Me too, E-Man. But before you go, E-Man. But before you go, I'm saying, can I get to take a cast on you because you're rich? You understand what I'm saying? I'm just playing. I'm playing.
I got you, Robbie. Let me answer that question. See, everything goes to my secretary. Go to edamanwilliams.com. Let her know the information, and she'll transfer it to me. And we'll get that to you in 3 business days when we transfer.
That's his wife.
Well, thank you kindly. I'll make sure I do.
As long as you follow the process. See, it's a reason that we got customer service and we transfer you 10 times and we want you to hang up. But as long as you follow the process, you'll get $20. Just make sure you drop the cash out.
There you go, that part.
All right, hey, I got time.
Right.
I got time, E-Man.
Terrible. Y'all guys have a good night.
All right, you too,
Take it easy, brother.
Hey, Robbie, I ain't gonna lie. All I heard was this right here.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
He made that so political.
Okay.
Nice. Very nice.
Checking in the savings, and all my money goes to the savings and business days, and
quarterly expense report.
Yeah, but as we go around, so Damien, why we feel like again on my end, I don't know if it's your end, why we feel like we're putting the finger blaming on current and past presidents?
Because people haven't taken the chance or don't have the inclination to kind of just educate them on really what's going on. That's what it is. They don't put themselves in a position where they can gain knowledge and perspective of how actually things work. You know, the president of the United States is a temp job. You know, so they should know if this thing has been going on for 10 years before, it'll be going on 10 years after whoever is in office is gone. So I think that's the thing that people need to kind of get out of their head. Like all of a sudden, this person coming, this temp that's coming into this job has some kind of isn't beholden to whomever is pulling the strings behind the curtain. So I think what it is all you gotta do is get in circles like this and get into or go, just Google is everybody's friend. Just kind of Google and figure out what's really going on, so you can kind of level set your expectations on how to get us out of this mess.
Okay.
All right. What about you, Shushu? Oh no, I'm sorry. You already answered. I apologize. I got to strike with E-Man his little jokes. Brittany and Robbie, why do y'all go first? Why y'all think we're pointing the finger pointing blame on various presidents.
Can I go first, Robbie? Because you got all the information. I just
Oh,
want to
stop.
say, I just want to agree with E-Man, even though he took my point that it's us. We can do a lot of changes to live underneath of our means and stuff like that. But I also believe, and I'm guilty to it, so I'm projecting maybe. We don't know nothing. I don't know. I ain't reading nothing. I'm listening to y'all. I don't know who to blame. I don't even know where oil come from. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier, like I think Damien was saying, it's easier to point the finger. E-Man was saying it's easy to just say, I don't know, you did it. I don't because I don't know. So that's it. That's why I wanted to go before.
Well, I'm glad you brought it up. I'm sure knowing Robbie, she'll address that and then come again. But I'm gonna ask this question since
It's my
she's
fault I don't know. I will take accountability, but I
yeah,
also care because I'm not going to
but see,
not.
but you know what? But you know what the good thing about that though, and that's why I love the Gripper podcast. And just humans being, you have the awareness that you understand you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Most people talk and run their mouth thinking they know and knowing they don't know. That's the problem with this world.
Okay,
that's the problem.
I stand alone because somebody will try to say they do know where gas come from and be all wrong, and then
all
they be
over
like,
the place with the conversation.
President, they just make up something in their head, take a little bit of information and stretch it all the way out, or take one little piece of the conspiracy, because I feel like this is a puzzle piece of things that somebody does sit in the room, even though it looks like that entity is over there and that entity is over there. But I might be the person that knows both entities, and I can take information and do like this. I don't know if you can do this on YouTube. Yes. And then boom, now we got this unit.
You could do that as long as you're not twerking, which some things was suggested. As long as you're not being nude, you're fine. You're good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. So I'm gonna be honest to say I have no idea. I'm just know I'm not gonna not buy gas, so it's not even nothing for me to to process. I've never thought about gas prices. I've always had an SUV, and I'm just gonna not buy gas. I live in the Midwest. We don't have a bus system. Shushu has said she don't. I'm sorry. Wait, let me stop.
She mentioned it publicly. You're fine.
Okay, so you don't have a vehicle because you live in a nice cultivated bus system. I don't live in no bus system. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to have a car. But I love my cost of living, all of this stuff. So my low cost of living and high gas prices keeps me right here. So I'm all right.
Okay. Now, while Robbie might answer the question, I'm gonna ask this question for Robbie, and maybe she have this someone answer to it. Brittany B mentioned about she don't know where the resource of oil come from. If you want to tap in on that one and give your thoughts on why human beings, why we're pointing the finger at certain presidents, if you want to do that, ma'am.
Okay, so we have oil reserves in the United States and Texas. We have oil reserves in the Middle East, which is why we occupy that space. As Damien said, we have oil reserves in Russia. There's oil reserves a little bit of everywhere. Anywhere you see people fracking or doing deep digging, they're usually doing so because there's oil product there. We're really depleting the fossil fuel layer of the country, which is why you see an increase in earthquakes and why you see ozone depletion. But as far as why people blame presidents because it's easy. And then even with that system, like Brittany B said, a lot of people don't understand. What you're seeing right now is residual of the policies put into place by President Trump. What we saw in the beginning of Trump's presidency was the residual of what President Obama put into place. President Trump did not get afforded the luxury to be a two-term president. So that kind of skews the perception. What people usually see is an 8-year presidency, and they don't understand. Two of the first 4 years is the first president's policies running out and that president setting policies into place. Then years 2 to 8 are that, or actually 2 to 10 are that president's policies being implemented and running through the course of society. And as we have a new president roll in, it's the same thing. So right now, what a lot of people are blaming Biden for, Biden went in and he didn't use the normal legislative process of, trying to get a law passed and then putting it through the House and, you know what I'm saying, the Senate, and then going about it that way. He just wrote executive orders and undid a lot of what President Trump did. Now, whether or not people appreciate President Trump or agree with his politics, a lot of policies and procedures that President Trump put into play actually increased the bottom lines for a lot of Americans, which is why a lot of people switched to Republican in the last voting election, because the Republicans actually stimulated the economy. Now, when you look at economic trends over the courses of presidencies, the Republicans have a tendency to stimulate the economy. The Democrats have a tendency to not do so, but they get the credit because the stimulation results bubble while they're in presidency. You have to start paying attention to C-SPAN. C-SPAN gives you live coverage from the floor from the congressional floor and from the Senate floor. You can actually watch laws being put forth. You can watch the filibuster. It can be a little tedious to listen to if that's not, you know what I'm saying, if that doesn't do it for you, but it's a really good starting space to get an education. You can also go on government websites and look at the GDP and look at where the American tax dollar is going every year, because while they also make this big talking point about food stamps is literally like 1.25% of the whole entire gross national budget. Most of our budget goes to defense, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother show.
Yeah.
It always is. It always is. And can I wait? Oh man, she said something and I wanted to say something. I should have wrote it down. I see Damien, he had his pen in his hand.
I write stuff down all the time. Like I hear something, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what's up.
I'll be cheating. Hey,
that's cheating?
Yeah, chaotic truth be taking notes. I see you with your pen. Everybody I'm about to get me a pen. I'm about to start taking notes on y'all.
It's the most powerful weapon.
Yes, but she did say something from the beginning.
Hey, you ready? Hey, grab that right there.
Can you let me in on the secret? Because every time I say something, it's me that you do that to. Is there a trigger word I'm saying?
It's not you. It's not you.
It's a timing schedule. Don't pay him because he's doing that emotional damage every time I talk to him. You gotta let him know that.
I was thinking, you know how like it's a drinking game, it's an inside joke, and I got left out. So I'm like, this is the second time. Did I say something with an S in it? Subscribe or
okay? I'll do the shoot you on purpose on next time. Okay.
But are you doing it to me on accident or purpose?
No.
And then when I come back, everybody's laughing. So I'm like,
your response that got everybody laughing.
I don't like. I love insiders, but I don't want to be the outsider of the insider. So I feel like I'm the outsider of the inside joke, and I'm not feeling good about it.
It's not. It's pretty much. It's pretty much to subliminally gnosis the viewers, the chat. If they're in here, to please subscribe. So that helps me not to waste my volume most of the time. So that's another option.
But it happened on me. Stop laughing so hard about it.
I think that was your mic.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's me.
I think that's you when you put the other headset on. No. Uh-oh, it's Damien. It's Damien.
The background noises.
Yeah, that's. I think that's. Yeah, it's Damien. It's somebody.
Everybody do a 7-Eleven reset. 7-Eleven reset. Unplug, plug back in.
Yeah. I'm good on my end. See what you did, Brittany?
Me too. Brittany said that's what you get because you made her the outsider to the inside to the outside, Joe.
Y'all was Buddha. Y'all was Buddha-ing me. Y'all was bullying me. I'm bully.
Not good again.
No, you're not good, man. You sound like you about to give us all the virus. I don't want that.
Look, you sound see. Gray pill, he sound.
That's all, folks.
I'm not doing it with you. I ain't doing it with you.
Everybody
again. No.
Hey, try it again, Damien. Let's see if no, now you're not nothing's going on now.
Them AirPods gonna mess you up every time.
Hey, I was just wondering.
I see Brittany B. You picking on him. You making him feel bad, Brittany.
All right. How you got me? You
All right,
got to
you
hit
good,
something now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we
I
got
was
you.
just wondering.
You got me? All right. So I had to get the AirPods out. I'll get to put the AirPods died on me.
Oh my goodness.
We got you, Damien.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. My God. Ooh. Ooh.
That part.
Oh my God.
It happens, man. But again,
I'm so sleepy. I'm so tired. I'm so a lot of stuff.
you got a lot.
But I know about gas now.
Do you have a lot of one of these?
Emotional damage.
First of all, I hate that clip so much. I'm
That's my
that
favorite.
one.
That's still my favorite. Still my favorite.
I like that clip.
Yeah, but we're not gonna beat this down with a dead horse. And I appreciate just everybody having a conversation about this topic. Next week, let me get my ugly face up in here. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm hideous. And this is just me getting a recap. So on the replay, whatever your thoughts is, who you thought was the rise of the gas prices, who broke it down, you know what I'm saying? Give your thoughts, even put some timestamps on individual of the panelists and the guests here, what their thoughts on. That'd be greatly appreciated because information is very valuable. It helps out a lot. You know what I'm saying? This is how we keep the ball rolling, because just finger pointing and blaming instead of looking at yourself, because you might not know the answer. So is it your fault? We don't know. So please do that. Also, for next week, Tuesday, we will have a women's panel. So because we canceled this Tuesday, so next Tuesday, all women's panel, we will have that great discussion. It's going to be a really great discussion topic. It's not going to about what the men think, what the women think. It's going to be an actual really good conversation. So we're going to have that. To answer Miss Brittany B conversation earlier, that somehow her vibe just kicked out Damien out the matrix system. It is something I do on the norm that other YouTubers have their own little thing. So and nothing triggering to you. It just at the timing, I just let me just do it just because normally I have some little the bells and whistles. It was for the other previous the panelist guests like Primo, Poppy, Mika, shout out to them, because they'll do some little shenanigans. That's pretty much had me learning to use little instead of me just saying, please be quiet, please have somebody speak, please that, and I just hit a button and then they react without thinking. So that's pretty much what's for them, but nothing towards you. So yeah, and no other guests too. Anybody have final thoughts?
It felt like it was time. It was like my word triggered you to say. I thought I was saying something that.
Now that triggered me.
I know my friend. I knew he was going to do it. In my head, I was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That triggered me. I'm gonna be honest about that one. Love you.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
I got you.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Ooh, child.
Only thing I have to say is thank you for having me. You guys can catch me at my on the weekends. I'm at the This Is Fight Club. I'm one of the moderators there. So if you want to come by and share your thoughts, just know they will be challenged. You can catch us there 11:45 every Friday, Saturday, Sunday until.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I pull up, say hi, Brittany B. So rude.
Oh well, girl. I want to get. Yeah. So don't worry. We gonna get it together. But I do say hi.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I just feel like.
She's so easy. She like the nicest person on here. You're so easy, Brittany B.
Like what?
And so that's it. Thank you for having me. I've had fun. Nice to meet you, Damien. Come back tonight.
I definitely will.
If the guys didn't beat you up too bad, I try to protect the ladies, so no.
It's all good. I came in for Damien. Yeah, I came in for Damien, so we're good to go.
Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm gonna be starting to do some stuff, so just keep me in your prayers.
We waiting for you. We waiting for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be that car that Emmanuel was talking about. The best of both worlds.
So you're not gonna be submissive?
I said the best of both worlds.
Oh, okay. Because somebody mentioned in the chat like they wanted.
That was Dusto. He was making a joke about. I had said the way Emmanuel was describing the cars sounds just like the relationship topic. So he said that the cars need to be submissive, which is hilarious.
Right.
And he said Emmanuel's shirt runs on gas. And he said that Emmanuel's shirt was on vacation.
You're telling you're snitching right now, Brittany B. You're snitching.
It was in the chat. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
You're snitching right now. You're doing
I'm sorry, Sam.
A lot of dry snitching. A lot of dry
snitching.
Yeah, a lot of dry snitching. Damien, on your final thoughts, sir, and I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, it's just like it's always a ball to be a part of it, man. It's my pleasure. I feel like this was a real insightful conversation. This is the kind of platform I'm kind of looking for, kind of try to create for myself. And it's my pleasure to have been on it. And I'm anytime you want me on anything, I'm here for you, and I'm definitely willing to jump on.
Yeah, man. And this is just, and I'm gonna say this too. This is my final words, on this one with you. I appreciate you, man. We had a good conversation back. Honestly, I kind of wish the conversation we had was recorded, because that was a good little conversation.
Yeah, that was a good conversation.
It was. And this is just for everybody on the show. Like, me and him talk, and I'm pretty much giving us an invite. So every Tuesday, man's panel, brother, you're more than welcome. I'm gonna hit you up just like I do all the other fellas. Yep. Definitely heads up with the topics and conversations we're gonna have every Saturday, 7 p.m. You're more than welcome, like always. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you.
Cool.
All right.
To everybody's channel, because I enjoyed what everybody was saying.
Appreciate you. Bobby Blanco, you have final thoughts, sir, before you lag out again?
Shit. Hello? Yo.
Yes. God. Everybody can hear you.
God damn it. Yeah, I mean, it was a great show, man. I wasn't trying to be on the show again. I was just walking to the store. I thought you already finished.
Okay. I could put you back. I mean, but if you
it was good, man. I think people need to be a little bit more educated about the some economics. See what I'm saying? Because
he's breaking. Yeah, he's breaking up. You're breaking up. We're just gonna put you on backstage, bro. All right. Who was next? Miss Shushu. Final thoughts.
Yeah. I want to kind of piggyback off of what Poppy was starting to say. Yeah. Everybody should take the time to really educate themselves on economics and how things affect you. When it comes to like gas and oil, I remember being in high school and all this was going on too, gas and stuff like that was going on. I think Bush Jr. was in office or whatever, and we couldn't care less about all that was going on in the news. And my high school teacher broke it down in terms of how gas trickles down to us and how it affects us, and it changed our entire perspective of things. And so before people just turn and just say, oh, it's the president's fault, it's this administration and it's the left wing, it's the right wing, it's white man. Before people start doing that, really take the time to look and see what's going on. So that's
fair enough.
And thank you again for a wonderful discussion and a wonderful panel. It's always a pleasure.
All right, appreciate you. Robbie, final thoughts?
Yeah, I want to say this. First of all, let me get my fam.
Yes, she got the feet.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, fix it. No, but seriously, always be able to have conversations with anyone. It doesn't matter if you fundamentally agree or disagree with what you think you know about a person. You can miss out on a lot of education and good people just because they're a little too spicy for your palate. but they could also have that good vibe that could heal your soul, honey. We have to be like a group of people that get out of our emotions. As E-Man said, this was a good conversation, diverse background. Everybody was able to just stay on topic and talk about the issues. Stop getting so emotional, ladies and gentlemen, and stay on the issues. Make sure you subscribe to the Great Pill Podcast. Hit that Cash App, Dangerously Active, and let's always continue conversations. I mean, as always, you see all of this wonderful opulence in the background. Come on through to butterflyprogressive.com, to poppatient.com, Robbie Privilege on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. We got you. Much love, and thank you for having me on the panel.
Anytime. Thank you. Hey, like always. So I hope y'all got some valuable information for this and great perspectives. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. Next Tuesday will be the women's panels. So we're gonna have a great conversation on that end too. Anything in between, again, hit that bell notification. You get all the updates for any current content that's gonna be going from there. Shout out to Rob B for coming in, Shoo, Brittany B like always, Damien for dropping by, E-Man, and the rest of y'all guys, even Primal taking time out, Poppy Blanco, even with the jacked up internet connection he had for the moment, but he struggled stream through it, so I appreciate it for that. So I catch you later. Welcome to the Great Pill Podcast.
Are you ready? Is you ready? You say you ready. Whole squad